Hello everyone, my name is Miracle Lawrence, and in this video I will be demonstrating my Contact API project built with Node.js, Express and MongoDB. The purpose of this project is to create a backend that can connect to a MongoDB database and retrieve contact information. First, I will briefly explain the structure of the project. Now in my project folder, I have a config folder here that contains my database code. I equally have a controller folder that contains the contacts code. I equally have a root folder here that contains the contact routes, API routes, and I also have the .env file here that contains my environment variables. Okay, and finally, I have my server.js file here and the contact.rest file here that contains um, my API endpoints routes for testing. Now I'll show the database connection. Now inside of my database .js file, I imported Mongo client from MongoDB and use .env to access my MongoDB connection string from the .env file here. I then created a connect database function that, that connects the application to MongoDB Atlas. Now, when the server starts successfully, the console displays connected to MongoDB. Otherwise, it shows a connection error. Now, next I'll show the MongoDB Atlas database. Now, inside of MongoDB Atlas database, inside of MongoDB, I created a database called ContactsDB here, like you can see on the screen, and a collection called Contacts. Now, inside the contacts collection, I added several documents, as you can see on the screen, three documents, this, and this. Now, each contact document contains the first name, last name, email, favorite color, and birthday. Now, I'll go ahead and demonstrate the API routes. Okay, all right, so in my contacts.js file under routes, the first route is the get all contact route, which is this here. Now, the endpoint is get contact. Um, yeah, the endpoint is get contact, and this route retrieves all documents from the contacts collection. Now, I'll test it using the Thunder client. Now, if you go to Thunder client and let's test the routes, localhost. So there it is. This is the route with the endpoint of contact. When this is tested, it returns all the documents from our MongoDB database. Now, the second route is um, the route to get a single contact, which is this, and it gets the contact by using the ID from the ID generated from the ID in the MongoDB database. So I'll go ahead and test that here on Thunder client, and we'll do that. This is an example. We'll send that. Realize that it returns just a single um, contact information using this ID here. Okay. All right. So I